Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good evening, dear students, dear friends, dear listeners, whoever is listening. Our today's topic on our YouTube channel is beauty. Beauty is basically a poem. It is a romantic poem, a romantic natural poem, or we can even say it is a romantic comparative poem or comparative romantic poem. Why I say it is a comparative poem? Because there is a comparison in the beauty. Beauty is being compared. There is being a comparison is being made in the beauty by the poet Edward Mansfield. Edward Mansfield is a natural romantic poet or a romantic naturalist, we can say. He's a good poet and he has composed this poem with some of the similes, some of the personifications, and let me understand the poem. But before going to the lines of the poem one by one, we will understand what is beauty. Dear students, beauty is basically an emotion. Beauty is basically an idea that touches your heart, that touches your vision, that touches your thoughts. Beauty is not existing. It is not a solid thing what we can touch, what we can get. It is just an abstract idea. It is just an abstract quality. What we need to feel. So, we can simply say, here is a quote in English, beauty does not lie in any object. Beauty does not lie in objects. It is rather in your vision, in your hearts, and in your thoughts. If you look at an object, you feel it is good to you. And another man comes, he looks at a flower, and the flower doesn't seem him good. So it is not good for him. It is not beautiful for him. So beauty is felt. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So beauty is not in open field. We cannot say everything is beauty. So beauty depends upon the beholder, how he looks at it. So then, before we go again to the lines, I have composed an Urdu verse here. This verse is one of the legendary Urdu literates. I can say he is a poet, he is a literary giant, Mirza Ghalib alayhi रहमा. तो उनका एक कलाम है, हम फना हो गए उनकी आंखें देखकर गालिब, न जाने वो आईना कैसे देखते होंगे. Why did I choose this very verse? Because in this poem Beauty, the poet uses a verse that the eyes of my beloved are beautiful. They are most beautiful I have ever seen. So here Ghalib alayhi rahma has again, he too has used the term हम फना हो गए उनकी आंखें देखकर गालिब, न जाने वो खुद आईना कैसे देखते होंगे. मतलब यार मैं तो एक बार उनकी आंखें देखकर तो जलवाए अफरोज हो गया. मैं तो मतलब I got confused, I got wondered, I got swashbuckled. How can they be looking on the mirror again and again to see their eyes within her eyes? So ये verse बड़ा touch करता है इसके साथ. It's a good combination in this poem. And then the poet has used some of the words which are a bit difficult. Not that difficult, we can use a dictionary, but a bit difficult, which we need to understand. One is sippering, another is psalm, another is moods. There's a simile, there's a personification. But before we understand them, let me go to the lines, we will understand them. So beauty is a topic. I have seen dawn and sunset on moors and windy hills. The poet in the very first line says that I have seen the dawn, the sunrise. Dawn is the morning time when the sun rises. मैंने सूरज को तुलू होते हुए देखा है. The beautiful scene that it makes, the crystal-like rays of the sun come on the earth. The dewdrops are on the grounds. They make it, the rays make the dewdrops shine. So this is the beautiful scene. That's why the poet makes beauty here. He says that I have seen the sunset, and then the sunset. I have seen the dusk. I have seen the dawn. The dusk again, that makes on those hills, that makes a gloomy scene. And most of the photographers of the world get that snapped in their phones, get that picture portrayed in their phones. And similarly here, poet has portrayed that sunset and sunrise in his lines. he says that I have seen the dawn and sunset on the moors, the plains, the meadows. मैंने मैदानों में देखा है, sunset देखा है, sunrise देखा है, बड़े खूबसूरत मैदान देखे हैं, and hills and windy hills. ऐसे ऐसी पहाड़ें देखे where there is wind, where there is cool breeze, where the breeze stirs the leaves. I have seen everything beautiful. Coming in solemn beauty like the slow old tunes of Spain. I have seen the winds. The winds are coming so sensitively, so beautifully, and so formally. Here the word solemn is used. Solemn is formal, beautiful, sensitive, without making any stupidity. Solemn means a dedicated way, the formal way. I have seen the winds coming in such a beautiful tune that they reflect the tunes of old Spain. The tunes, I have seen the beauty like the old Spain's tunes. The tunes of old Spain. Why does the poet use the old tunes of Spain? Because Spain has its own history of literature. Spain has its own history of music. Spain has its own history of strings. That's why the poet uses that I have seen. And here this poet has compared the winds, the sound, the breeze of the winds with those tunes of Spain. He has compared it by the help of the simile, like slow old tunes of Spain. And then I have seen the Lady April bringing the daffodils. Then the poet uses personification. I have seen the Lady April in the spring season. I have seen the month of April, Lady April. Why does he use Lady April? Because Lady means the mom. April has been used as a mother because mother gives birth to children. And similarly, April gives the birth to new twigs, new flowers, new blossoms, and new buds. Everything gets grown in the month of April. That's why it's the mother season, it's the lady season. So personification. April has been called a lady. April is not, however, a lady, but it has been personified. It has been given a human character. That is personification. He says that I have seen the Lady April bringing the daffodils, the beautiful flowers, the yellow color, golden color flowers that we have already discussed in a poem in class 11th or 12th. I have heard the song of the blossoms and chant of the sea. I have heard the song of the blossoms in the month of April and in the beginning of the May. We do have those blossoms on the twigs, on the boughs, on the branches of the trees that pledge us to give us fruits. And here he says that I have seen them singing because in the breeze they make a big sound. They give us the smell, beautiful smell. They give us that beautiful scene, that beautiful fragrance. Everything gets beautiful. And then he says that I have heard the chant of the sea. Chant means the singing, uttering, mentioning. Chant means singing something in a rhyme. He says that I have seen the seas. मैंने समंदरों को देखा है गुनगुनाते हुए, क्योंकि जब लहरें उठती हैं तो वो लहरें गुनगुनाते एक धुन गाती हैं. जिस तरह नुसरत फतेह अली खान साहब वो धुन निकालते थे लहरों के साथ, तो ये कहता है कि मैंने उन धुन को देखा है, लेकिन उससे भी खूबसूरत चीजें देखी. Basically these are the beauties what a common man cannot understand. It needs a big vision, it needs a big heart, it needs a thoughtful man to understand all these beauties. And this is what poet makes us clear. Then he says, and seen strange lands from under the arched white sails of ships. I have seen the strange lands under the ships. मैंने समंदरी जहाजों के नीचे एक अजीब रॉक्स देखी, वहां पे ग्रास देखी, अजीब जानवर देखी, अजीब दुनिया देखी. On the earth, under the earth, above the water, under the water, I have seen everything different and strange that made me impressed, that made me amazed, that made me entertained, that made me ecstatic, that made me jubilant, that made me happy. But now he goes to the comparative device. He used the device of comparison again. What does he say? But. Here poet used the but. That's why I earlier told you this is a poem of comparative romanticism. The poet makes a comparative romantic comment. Here he says, but the loveliest things are beauty, God has ever shown me. The loveliest, the third superlative form of the adjective, the superlative form of beauty. Here he says, the most beautiful, the loveliest form God has ever gifted me is, what is that? Her voice. Speaks to his beloved, he says, her voice. उसकी आवाज बहुत खूबसूरत है. Her hair, उसके बाल हिरनी जैसे बाल हैं, हिरनी जैसी चाल है, सुराही जैसी गर्दन है, वो तारों जैसी आंखें हैं, चांद जैसा चेहरा है. वो एक आर्टिस्ट ने एक बार बनाया था, वो एक बड़ा वो सांचा बनाया था, मेरे मोबाइल फोन में है, लैपटॉप में भी है, मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट करके रखा था. बड़ी खूबसूरती से उसने इस चीज का पोर्ट्रेट बनाया था, ये ब्यूटी का, जिस तरह यहाँ पे शायर ने ये ब्यूटी जो है वो एक्सप्रेस की है. हर वॉइस, दैट्स मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल इन द वर्ल्ड. More than that dusk, more than that dawn, more than those winds, more than that chant of the sea, more than that blossoms. Her voice is most beautiful than that. And her hair, उसके गेसुं, उसकी जुल्फें, गेसुं का जुल्फें का, and her eyes, टिमटिमाती हुई, twinkling eyes, and the dear red curve of her lips, and the beautiful lips of the beloved. They are the most beautiful. That's why the poet compares the beauty of his beloved with other beauties of the world created by Almighty Allah. So it's a comparative romantic poem. This is how we finish the poem, and we will again go to the verse of Mirza Ghalib. Ghalib फरमाते हैं, उन्हीं की आंखें जो इन एडवर्ड मैसफील्ड की आंखें हैं, हम फना हो गए उनकी आंखें देखकर गालिब, न जाने वो आईना कैसे देखते होंगे. And that's how we finish the poem. Dear listeners, that was it. It was beauty, and hope you will understand, you will enjoy the lesson. But one more point. We do not know exactly how long COVID 2019 is going to remain all the time. We do not know. May Allah protect us from it. We do not know how long it is going to take us along. So in these circumstances, let's help one another, do charities, help one another, assist one another, keep home, don't avoid the unnecessary travelings and everything. And that's it I want to make. Subscribe our channels, like it, share it, comment it. If there are mistakes, obviously there are some most errors, come into the click box and this comment box and just mention them. We will inshallah rectify ourselves. And that's it. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.